Welcome to the channel, Farm with Nick. Thank you so much for coming along with me today on a farm tour. We are on the map, Big Flats, Texas. And this was a suggestion by one of the subscribers to the channel, Griffin Langles. Hopefully I'm saying that right, Griffin. Thank you so much for this idea for a farm build, and more specifically a dairy farm build on the Texas map here. So what I would like to do is give you a farm tour of it today, and we are actually not going to build it together. I actually have it built. So I kind of want to show you the location of where I have built my map. So it's this secondary farm. It's the cattle farm here on the Texas map, if you've ever kind of played on it. And I'll just go to the map here. So the starting farm is down here. And you can see I actually have a version of something I was messing around with on here. And then the store for this is way up here in the top left. A lot of big fields on this map. Very cool. Very cool. But then over here, this is where I built my version of a dairy farm here on Texas. So I like the location. I mean, it's kind of cut through these fields or drive through and around. You get a couple small fields, but I like the small footprint that it had right here. And I wanted to build something right on this plot. And as you'll see, I'm going to take out all these red pens, take out this shed. I did leave the small one here. These silos, I did want to leave them. However, the dump for the silo are actually, the triggers are actually inside the shed. So I had to remove them, and then this back area is all completely different as well. So I just wanted to give you a quick, like, here's what it looked like kind of thing before I show you exactly what I did to the build. All right, so we'll go from this into this. So here is our dairy farm on Big Flats, Texas. I really like how this one turned out. I kind of modeled this on some of the farms that would be kind of around in my area. I'm from the Midwest, but I really like the layout. I wanted to use that same kind of footprint as the original cattle farm. So I'll kind of just tour around really quick so you can kind of see it. And then we'll kind of do a drive around, and I'll show you all the buildings as well. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. And let's actually jump into our side-by-side here. Give you a quick drive around. So for this one, just like the one on Stone Valley, I'm just doing another farm tour. And reason being, like I probably spent way too many hours on and off working on this, so I was just like, in the end, I'm just going to tape it, and I'm not going to actually build it with you. So my apologies there, but you can at least see it. So here, off the main road, we have our first cattle pen. You could let them out there, or that would be our holding pen. And then you're going to drive up. We have a kind of drive-through shed right here. And have our pickup in there right now, yep, of course. But yeah, this turned out really well. So here's our holding pen. Going to drive up here. Gave some textures to the road, all that good stuff. Now I did not continue the white fence across, and it wouldn't let me because of the triggers. So, this is where you dump your feed and your water. And in the end, I know it kind of looks a little bit silly. It's like, oh, it's open. They could walk through. But these cattle on the game won't, so I don't have to worry about that. But anyways, I just left it open because I was like, I'm not going to mess with the triggers and stuff. So I have these fences, though, that I can open, drive through to get to the other side. I thought that was really neat. I really like these kind of gates here. So we're just going to drive through really quick. So we have our holding pen. You know, if you want to pick up more cattle, you would, drive them up here this way, drop them off. They can go into the barn over there, kind of like that. And then here's our main barn for our dairy operation. Close that gate. And so the cattle, they can go into here. And so our main equipment is. Oops, I'm gonna close that one. That won't give me. There it goes. Jump over that one. So then you can drive through, not this one, but this one. And this is your main entrance in and out of the barn. But I like that, so close that back up. And nothing too special up here, kind of just left it as is. But let's drive back around. So I like that opening cattle pen. I thought about putting some type of water feature, but then in the end I was like, let's just put the cattle pen up here. So I'm gonna drive down here now. Now this cow barn actually comes with an open pasture, and there's ones that do not come with pastures, but I left this one with the pasture. Kind of liked how that turned out. And we'll come back around by the house here in a sec. So if I hang a right here, here's another cattle pen, and for some reason every time I load this map up, it adds the grass back in. So instead of it looking like this, and if I just go into the landscaping, I would like, and you can see, now it's not letting me paint in here. Interesting. Okay. Well, there we go. Something's... So typically every time I've come in here, I've added the animal mud, and now it's not. So, alright, something to figure out. Or I have to reset that barn. Something. But it was working, and I had animal mud in there, but it did it with this one too. I had more animal mud in there. But you can see over here, if I show you, it left the animal mud here. I painted that on. And I painted this drive. There's a collectible right there. And I added this mud here, and then the rest of it would take it away. So I don't know if it's something with the map or the trigger, So I'll have to figure that out for another day. So we'll continue on with the tour real quick. So here's the back part, and you can drive through there. And then I have another barn here. You could put some vehicles, bales, what have you. And then in here, you can store some equipment. And then going this way, we have this barn. I'm pretty sure hopefully this barn trigger works. See if it gives me the trigger. Yep. So I can put livestock in there. And then I have a little silo here, and that's just, if I wanted to put the mineral feed or, a little bit of TMR in there, I would. And then I'll keep going. To my, almost drove right past it. To my right is this large barn. This is a bale and bale storage barn. So I've put in the other ones, but I just want to try a different barn. So it looks nice and open. I think you can get 750 pieces in there if I'm not mistaken. So I kind of like that. And I put the square, that's the square bale barn in there. So I'm not huge fan of the color on the sides. I wish you could you could change it a little bit, instead of that stucco look. But I think it's fine. I think it'll fit in nice. But might as well test it out. So Going this way, have the manure pit right there. Come around the back. And then in here, we have our calf barns in here. So open that up. Excuse me. So in here, I put the same white fences as up front. And we have quite a few of the calf barns. We have the larger ones, and then I put some of the smaller calf huts in here. And I know it'll be tight trying to get feed in and out, but if you're using small things, or if you're using like this side by side, like you can see I tested out, it'll give you the trigger. So I think this turned out really nice. So we're just on the back side of that other barn here, and we'll just drive through here, and you can see I put in a stone wall right there. I mean, something, it looks like I should have used that for like Stone Valley. There we go. But I put this stone wall in. I had the white fence over there, but then just kind of coming around, I thought it was just too high and, like, in my opinion, too obtrusive. So I just wanted to put something a little softer. Let's see if it gets me. There it goes. I wanted to put something a little softer. And I really like how this turned out. So, a little lower fence. I mean, then you can kind of like look into the pens. You can see them. And I really like how that looks in the end. So, something I didn't really plan on, but I think in the end it turned out really well. So, I'm excited about that. And then that's the end of our cattle area. And then over here, just drive up to it really quick so you guys can see it. Here's our main silo. We have an extra small silo bin there, and then we have a huge water tower. So I would jump in the build mode, see if you can see it with the big American Eagle on it. So that's really cool. I put that water tower there because, again, for this map I did not put in a water feature. So, and then we have another storage barn here, and then right next to it we have another workshop area. And then you can get out of that little spot too. And then coming through, you can see we have another big pole barn. We have our silos right here, kind of all condensed into the middle. And if I loop around, we'll kind of go through these and then talk about the different barns in a sec. Here's that main one that I showed you from the very start of the video. And I put those blue ones back in, but the way they were in here was that the chutes were actually in the garage. So the garage was almost unusable with trying to get some of the equipment in and out. So honestly, I just flipped them back around. I kept two of them, and then I kept that, or I put in that fermenting one right there with that concrete one. And really, that concrete one, that's one of my favorite silos, just because honestly that's what it looks like around my area, a lot of the concrete silos. So a big fuel tank right here. We have a little dog right there, little dog house. Here's the back end of that opening barn, that drive-through barn. Got some firewood and some propane heating the house. We got our flag pole, little circle thing there. And then here's nice big pull-through barn. So I'm really happy about this. And then you can pull through this backside here to get back to the silos and or the small workshop here. So I thought that was really cool. I'm happy with how it turned out. I put the white color on for the paint just to match the other small opening garage, so it wasn't the only barn on the property that was white, but everything else you can see is that darker red that I kind of like. And then I have another small garage right here, and then kind of just some storage, some things here on the side placed. I have to drive around there. But I left that whole tree line over there too. On the map you can see behind that barn, there's that tree line that was on the original area. So let's kind of loop back around. Let me get into the build mode and just park in the overhang here. There we go. So let me get into the build mode, just so you guys can see what buildings I actually put down. And if I missed one, just let me know, but then I can click on it. You guys can see what the mod is. This one's just a normal farmhouse with the white. And then here's the next one. It's the 62 by 60 shed. And then keep going over here. This one's called the small hall. And you can see I repainted that. Next, right here, gives me the trigger. And it's just called the barn. This is from that American barn pack, I'm pretty sure. And they're all green, so if you're looking for the mod, they're all green. And then obviously I just painted it that white to match. So we have those first 3 buildings right here. They're all white to keep with that theme. And this one's the small garage that comes with the property here. And then we'll just kind of go over here so you guys can see. This is the cow barn. It's the lizard cow barn pack, I'm pretty sure. And this is the one with the pasture. And I know they come with like a feeding robot. And I'm pretty sure they're like on the back side here. And obviously I left it out because I didn't want to like build into this grass field here. So that was my plan, just to leave this one. And then in here, I don't know if it'll give me the trigger. Yep, it did. It's the cattle pasture. This is the cattle pasture that was actually here from that opening scene where you saw all the red cattle pens. This is just one of those, and I just turned it so it faces here with the feeders and the water. Oh, excuse me. And then I put the white fence around it. So actually that's just one of the cattle pastures from that opening one. Let's go this way. And right here we have a sprayer tank, one of the fast filling ones. We have a multi-fruit silo. We have a large fermenting silo. And then I snuck in the multi-fruit buying station, of course. And then here's the other multi-fruit silo, just so you guys could see them. And you can always just pause the video if you need to, if I was going too fast, I'm sorry. Here's this one. It's also in that American barn pack, I'm pretty sure, because it's green. And then here's this, oops, there it goes, cow shed with pasture. And I might have to reset that, because now it won't even let me paint in there, which it was letting me paint. See, like right there, it still left some of the animal mud. So, but I can still get the cattle in there, so in the end, you know, it'll still work. Then over here, this is the bale and pallet storage. So if you want to get that barn, it's pretty cool. I'm excited to kind of play around with it, see how it works. And then a loop back around, and we have the small extension, the silo, extra large one. And then here's it's called the American water tower, of course, because it's the bald eagle on it. Really cool. Easily to spot, especially on these big open fields here in Texas. Be able to spot that large water tower. And then we have just a small, diesel tank. And then the American barn right here. And then this one is called the Dirt Farm Workshop. And pretty cool. It's got a lot of really neat detail in it. I'm really appreciative of what that modder did. Very cool. And then I just left that other side closed. But yes, that door does open. And pretty sure, we did that barn. Okay. And then these are the calf huts right here. So you could see those. And then let's loop up So we have just some other like little implements, things here. I already showed you that's the small hall, everything else. Yeah, so there it is. There is our dairy farm on Big Flats, Texas. I really, really like the layout of it. I like how it turned out. I like that it's not so spaced out. If you've seen some of my other farm builds, you might go, oh, that's really a ways away. This is really more condensed. However, when I do that, you know, obviously it takes more time just putting it together, seeing which buildings work, and then seeing how the flow will work of like getting around and moving around the map. You know, like for example, you know, you could put some gates in right here. However, like getting in and out all the time and driving around, you know, it's just more work. And, you know, if you're moving cattle, you know, you'd open up these gates, you know, you could just lead them into there. Would it be more work? Absolutely. But you could do it. Here, you know, did I need to put the fence and the stone wall around all the calf huts? Probably not. However, I think it looks really nice. I think it gives it a nice touch, and it looks really cool, in my opinion, too. So, but there you go. Thank you so much for kind of joining me. And if you haven't joined the channel yet, feel free to subscribe to Farm with Nick. See some of the other farm tours, the Let's Plays, and some of the other builds that I'll be working on. And especially with Farming Simulator 25 coming up, I'm really excited to get my hands on it and see what it'll do and make some builds. And if you have suggestions, and shout out again to Griffin for this one on Big Flats, Texas. We've been kind of talking back and forth about doing one, and I finally got to it and been working on it here and there. But I finally got something I like, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'd actually play on this map, and maybe I will. I'm probably thinking my next thing is for this map, to go on a side tangent, I'm sorry, is to put down some equipment too, and I'll probably bring you guys back for all of that to show you all the equipment. Sorry for the glitches there. That's the kind of flying through those power lines. It always does that. But I'll kind of just walk then. But yeah, going through, I'll probably get some equipment, and because we're on Texas, I want to get some large equipment as well. So stay tuned for that. I might put out a video and show you all the equipment, get these barns all filled up, and we're going to go from there. So, but yeah, shout out again to Griffin. Thank you so much for the suggestion. And if you have a suggestion or a map that you'd like me to put a cattle farm on, or a horse farm, or sheep, let me know in the comments below. And if I have time, and especially before FS25 comes out, let me know, and I'll see if I can get to it. And even if I don't make it a actual build, I'll see if I can even just give you a farm tour like this and show you what I came up with. So once again, thank you so much for watching and joining me. Oh, our dog came out to the road with us. And I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good one. Thanks so much. Take care.